welcome to Sitha. Hope you are doing well. Hope you're having a good week wherever you are, whatever day is. So today I wanted to kind of talk about surrendering. So I feel like I try to speak on subjects that I am either currently going through or been through, and try and be a sense of real life, a real person experience, rather than just like giving you an analogy. Anyway, I just wanted to share today about surrender. Once you finally get to that stage of surrendering and actually being like, stop fighting everything, and you actually surrender yourself to the actual process, to the actual goal that you've got for yourself, fighting yourself in that transition process and stopping fighting yourself in the transition process. I definitely think I've been in a place where I think I've been in a bit of denial, where I thought, I'm accepting everything, I am doing what I need to do for this transformation to happen, for the change to happen. But little did I know, I feel like I was actually hadn't fully surrendered to the process. So, an example I gave on my podcast was I was trying to get 10,000 steps, but in all honesty, in the first few weeks, I realized I wasn't able to do the 10,000 steps consistently anyway, because what I needed to do was to make sure that I was at least getting at least more than half, or at least half of those steps in the morning, and then in the afternoon I can then buffer them up and complete them with my evening walk. What I was doing, I was just thinking, oh, I will fall upon it, I'll manage to get 10,000 steps. In my mind, I'm like, you're not going to get these 10,000 steps because you have not walked in the morning. And then I found myself realizing like what I needed to do was stopping myself from doing, and rather than dreading the process, like, oh, I have to just do this step. So an example, like I started on my previous vlog, you might have seen that I've started counting calories or just tracking what I'm eating specifically on my what's it called again? My fitness pal. Yeah, just started putting it in there, not for anything, like just for more to understand what I'm eating, and because I feel like I'm eating more than what I should be. Just right, because you fall off the wagon at times. You think, oh yeah, I know, I've done this before, so I know, and you're like putting 600 calories of heaps of food, and it's like, and you wonder why you gained a pound. So I ended up doing that, and to be fair, I feel like it was something that I've been pressing on my spirit to like just start, checking what you're eating and just be mindful of it, because I think I was just kept thinking like, but I don't want to do counting the calories. And when you don't want to do something, you kind of just like just keep pushing it away and just hope for the best. And I feel like I was at that stage of just like, I hope for the best. I'm eating healthy, but it's like you can eat healthy but still eat over your calories and still gain weight. Like if you're not in a deficit, you're losing the battle. So I feel like once I started to actually accept that and surrender myself to the process and be like, what, instead of just fighting the process, I'm the one that wants to change, no one else. Let me just do the things that I need to do. And I think I found a sense of relief in that, just being like, I don't have to fight anymore, just accept the process as it is, and that it is for the greater good, if that makes sense. Sometimes, even though it's uncomfortable in the time that we're in, but you know that it's going to achieve a greater goal, or produce a better result than what you're currently doing. So for me now, I'm trying not to think in the now and in the comfort is now, eating that chocolate is nice now, but is it gonna actually fulfill me for the future in terms of my health? Am I gonna, that one chocolate each time I'm having it for the fulfillment of now, in the later future, God forbid, but that could lead to sugar or insulin resistance or etc. stuff like that. Obviously you don't put that on yourself, but we have to be realistic in life that certain actions can lead to specific things. We can't just be, sometimes I think in life it can be too much of like, well, the Lord is with me, it's fine, but also the practicality and everything. You can't just think that you can eat a bowl of grease and you can still be healthy, and you're not going to have heart disease, etc. So I just had to be kind of really like, what, you have to be realistic as well. You can't just be blinded by thinking, I'll be fine, it'll be fine. So just to say, in terms of like, sometimes you just have to kick yourself in the butt and be like, I am not doing the thing that I need to do. I need to just surrender to the process and trust that in the future I will thank myself. And I think my future self will thank me, because rather than me thinking about the now and the instant gratification, I'm thinking about the long-term results and the effects it will have for the future, where I'm healthier, I'm fitter, my body is working well in my later years. So that's just one thing I want to encourage you on. Like, sometimes if you one of them people that just want to be gratified now, maybe just consider that maybe that instant gratification, what if you delayed that, that could actually, sometimes it actually, the thing that you actually delayed tastes better sometimes when you do. So if you give yourself like, okay, I'm trying to reduce my sugar, so I won't have sugary teas all week, but then I'll give myself on the weekend to have that coffee or a tea with sugar, and it always tastes that bit better because your body's had the time to kind of be away from the sugar. Hi guys, sorry my camera went off, but basically I was saying, so once you're away from all that food that you've been stopping yourself from eating, or the sugar or whatever it is, or you deny yourself that habit that you're trying to do to improve, or you're trying to improve reading, increase your reading capacity, learn something new, if you actually deny yourself the time of watching TV or being on social media and actually go and study and read whatever book you're reading, just go to achieve that, that will actually benefit you in the long run. It will allow you to kind of benefit from the fruits of actually denying yourself that the thing that you want to do. So rather than being like, I'll fulfill it now and be on TikTok and be on YouTube and just waste time, the actual denial of yourself from that thing will actually lead to you being able to achieve reading the book that you wanted to read, being able to learn something new from the course that you're meant to be studying for, things like that. So I definitely want to encourage you to be like, don't think of the now, surrender to the process of being like, let me deny myself this thing for this short period of time, because it's not forever, let's be honest. It's like, for anyone who's ever fasted, at the time of fasting you think, I'm gonna die. You're like, Lord, I need the food. But as his word says, man shall not live by bread alone, for those that know the word. So literally sometimes after you finish the fast, you're like, you know, that actually wasn't that bad. Obviously I do believe if you're doing a spiritual prayer, allow the Holy Spirit in to help you with that fast, and I definitely tell you that he will help you. But you know, if you, let's say you want like just doing intermittent fasting or something, or you just fasting for weight loss, it can be a bit difficult at times where it feels like, oh god, like I want the food now, I want it now. But after you have the food, have you not realized at times it's almost like, oh okay, it wasn't even actually like that peak. It wasn't like that desperate, like I could have held out probably even longer. And it's, you have to realize at times it's your mind, because your body can live, your body's fine. Let's say you're doing intermittent fasting or alternate day fasting or something, like it's just a short period of time you're actually fasting, and it's just, you know, for either health reasons, religious, or just because you want to fast. And you sometimes realize when afterwards you're like, it wasn't actually that bad, like I didn't die, my body was able to, you know, the body's that smart that it is able to function. Like, you know, unless you have any medical conditions, obviously please don't, you know, do anything like that. If you do have any medical conditions, you know, always consult a doctor. But if you're fine, healthy, all good, most of the time you will be fine. You will just feel some hunger pang pains where, you know, you still like, I could have some food. But after the period of time you've done the fast, it's almost like, oh okay, it wasn't actually that bad. Like it was almost like your mind was telling you something different to what the experience was actually. So sometimes I think we get into our heads where we think the experience will be worse than what it is, and if we do think that, we can sometimes allow the experience to actually be worse because we've already thought it in our heads, if that makes sense. So at times you'll think the fast is going to be horrendous, and it goes like that because you end up being at work, you're doing things, you're running around, and then by the time you realize, it's like, oh, the fast is finished, okay, like that wasn't that bad. So I just want to encourage someone to be like, allow yourself to deny yourself the things at times that actually are distracting you and actually they're not pushing you forward. So for me, definitely, I do want to do like a social media fast one day just to recalibrate, because you don't realize how many times you can literally pick up your phone. I think I had on my phone, it told me how many hours in a day I have my phone, and I think it said I have, the only time I don't have my phone is 3 hours out of the day or something in a week, or so. Was it in a week? I can't remember. If I find it, I'll put it on the screen. Well, I don't know what it is now, but on my phone it gave me like a data thing of like how much I pick up my phone and how much I'm on my phone, and I was like, wow, that's a lot. If the only 3 hours I'm not picking it up. So yeah, quite bad that, but it just like showed me that how things can distract us, and then we think that we can then think to ourselves, why am I not achieving this? Why am I not doing this? Where it's like there's distractions, and then we're also not allowing things to just kind of, we're not allowing ourselves to surrender to the full process and be like, you know what, if I deny myself in this instance, this for the greater good. Even though it feels difficult in the time and moment that you're denying yourself the thing that you want. So it might be that bad behavior of like, you know, you want to sleep. You don't want to wake up early, you don't want to exercise, you don't want to eat well because it's just annoying and it doesn't taste nice, the food, exercise is hard, I can't breathe, you know, all these things. You can put so many things, but then if you actually listed all the good things about it, like wake up early, I achieve more, I can do more, I'm more productive throughout the day, I have more energy, exercising, you have more energy, you feel refreshed, it's good for your body, your heart, your bones, your brain health, for dopamine, all these things, eating healthy, good for nutrition wise, good for your healthy. But if you actually had to list the cons and the pros of why you don't want to do something, the pros are just gonna outweigh that, because you're saying I don't want to do this is actually more superficial. It's more like, I feel this way, I feel, and I've had to realize that feeling something, it doesn't make it valid at times. We're allowed to have our feelings and be in the moment, but certain things we need to be like, just because I feel this way, it doesn't mean it's good for my body, it's not good for my mind. So just because I feel like I don't want to eat healthy, whether I feel it or not, eating the salad is going to be good for my body. Like, I can just ignore that emotion and deny myself that instant gratification of the chocolate bar and be like, you know what, but it's going to be good for me in the future when I have these greens, these salads, these nutritious foods that I continuously keep doing, and I continuously improve the habit of actually doing the thing. So rather than just being like, oh, well, I want it. You know, we all have those times. I'm not gonna lie, you know, I have those times too. But I just want to encourage you guys and be like, be more centered on surrendering to the process, but then also deny yourself the things that are allowing you instant gratification and then not pushing you forward. They're not leading you to the goal that you've set for yourself, to the plan that you have for you, for the vision that you have for your life, for the transformation that you're trying to achieve. You need to grow and improve, then you need to kind of take a look at it in the mirror and be like, do I still need you, or do I need to, you know, cut you off? That could be relationship wise, that could be certain habits, you know, certain things that you're doing, anything like that. Just sometimes look into the mirror and be like, am I the one actually that's just still not allowing myself to surrender to the full process of this transformation? And then also, am I hindering myself by just wanting the instant gratification and thinking that, oh, it's fine for today, and then those fine, it's fine today become 2 days, become 3 days, and the next thing you're back into the same habit, or you've stopped doing the good habit that you wanted to be doing. So hopefully that's been encouraging to someone today, just to let you know that I'm here to support, motivate, and advise in any way, guys. But this is what I just feel like I've been experiencing, where I feel like I've been pressed to stop being about the now and think about the future, and just be more kind of fight for it, kind of fight for the transformation, rather than think that I can be lackadaisy. So yeah, I hope I've been helpful in some way. Thank you so much for watching, and I'll see you in the next one.